do you play this at home? Do you play your own version of this song over the Christmas period? Does anyone do that?
All day.
Yeah, why not? Why wouldn't
24/7.
Why
First
wouldn't
thing that happens when I wake up in the morning is the last thing I play before I go to sleep. Also, I wake up around 1 a.m.
Yep.
Just put it on,
Yep.
flip it over, play it again.
Nice.
Why wouldn't you? You gave us this gift. I do actually, I'm going to choose to believe that to be true. But I choose to do that. But I do think, when you give people a gift of something like this and we get it, and you probably don't get to enjoy it as much as we get to enjoy it. But man, do I enjoy your version of this.
Thank you.
And all the music that you've given us over the course of what's been just a remarkable 10-plus journey for you as friends and as a band, celebrated with, a wonderful anniversary. And we're going to get into all that. But first of all, how are you, Laura?
I'm great. Thank you.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too.
Mark, I don't even think we've actually met. We've only ever done this via the magic of
Zoom.
Zoom and all that sort of stuff. Right. So I'm really glad we get all of Khruangbin in the studio. I think that deserves a little round of applause right here. That's a beautiful thing. How were the shows? The raffle shows, the Fonda shows, were they fun?
Epic.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I bet.
It was so fun. I had a blast. I mean, we had a blast. I think
we had a blast.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's gone on and become something very different to that. But I'd imagine when you first started, the idea of going out and playing a couple of shows, the Fonda was probably like the dream, right? Like, let's see if we can go do that. Just keep it like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was very excited to play the Little Rooms again.
Yeah.
We went without ears, without in-ears. So we were just in the room.
Interesting.
And to hear the crowd, but also just feel the energy of the room.
Yeah.
Was really, I don't know. You just don't get to do that anymore. You're so
It's
distant.
true. It's true. When did inner ears first become a thing for you? Because I'm sure when you first started, that's how you got to know each other as musicians, is just be in the room and figure out what it feels like, or that natural reverb.
Yeah. That was real. When did we start doing that?
Probably around 18.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
18.
Does it take a while to get used to?
Oh, I had a really hard time.
Still getting used to it.
Yeah. What's the most sort of off-putting or challenging thing about using inner ear? For people that don't know as well, just to not keep it too nerdy, that's when musicians get to a point where they have, in order to hear, I think to protect your ears as well.
Yes.
But also you have somebody mixing for you, and it's just like a inner ear headphone monitor so that you can actually monitor what's going on. But getting back to the challenges of that, you talked about separation, things like that, right?
Yeah. At a certain point, unless there's crowd mics, I don't hear them.
And then
so that's very odd. And also, I'm hearing my bandmates, but I'm hearing them through a microphone, specifically through a, mixing device and all that kind of stuff. And there's just there's this very tangible wall between reality and what
I was going to say, it must almost feel like make-believe in a weird way. Like when you, I don't know, when I was a kid, I'd pretend to be in bands all the time. I'd just be listening to it really loud in the living room and mucking around pretending I was in Led Zeppelin or some shit.
Yeah.
It kind of must feel like it's almost a grown-up version of that.
Yeah, but also if you actually listened in your ears to what it sounded like on the record, you'd be like, no, I need less of this, I need more of this. And by the time you're actually have what you need, you're basically... It sounds terrible, No one wants to hear that.
Yeah.
I think I remember seeing some post about was it John Frusciante's headphone mix, what he got.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? This sounds awful.
Yeah.
But hey, you know
That's
what?
what he
It's what he
needs.
needs.
What you need on stage.
100%.
It's the moment when you have to separate it from being just fun
No, it's not
to
fun.
being a job.
Totally.
Exactly.
Inner ears, guys, you made it. It's a job now. You're professionals. Put them in, shut up, play the show.
I've been seeing a lot of younger bands we can't wait to get in ears. I'm like, ooh, no.
Yeah.
And then you put crowd mics out.
Yeah.
But then sometimes you have some person right by the crowd mic that isn't your ideal fan.
What size shoe do you wear? Oh my God. You're trying to play something really thoughtful, and they're literally I'll have a pint. What do you want? You want a tequila? Let me get a Paloma. Your man getting a drinks order in, when you guys throw it down.
Yeah.
The pitfalls of success. Congratulations, you made
Thank
it.
you.
Well done. Must be very proud.
Yeah.
It's been such a beautiful. Let me get into the sort of wide scope sensation before we sort of dial into hopefully some more kind of nerdy stuff, because I love your music so much. When you showed up, you not only brought this sense of what was going on outside of my city or where I'm living. You did it in a way that was very thoughtful. I always felt very tasteful. It didn't feel like, you went on a big trip and came back with a whole bunch of like, influences or whatever. It's like, no, it felt very natural to your sound and who you are. The idea of working with restraint felt very inspiring. Like, there's 3 of us. I like how I sound. I like how I sound. I like how I sound. Let's just get really good at that to start with. Is that kind of on the money as to what was important to you?
100%. I think that what we do is absolutely an exercise in restraint. And I think that sometimes you need a little bit of restraint. Yeah. I'm not talking about minimalism. I'm talking about restraint,
Yeah.
Like, what do you need to say?
Yeah.
And how much can you say without saying very little, and let the audience or the listener kind of fill in the gaps for themselves?
Yeah, but I feel more invested. I feel more invested.
It's like when you read a book you love. I'm like, I read this book when I was a kid, and when I read it, I saw this picture in my mind of what things look like and what characters look like and all this kind of stuff, and you read it again when you're a teenager, and like, wow, it's the same book, but it's different for me now because I'm older and I have more experience. You read it as like an adult, you're like, wow, this is a very different experience. But if you just saw the movie, it's going to be the same every time you watch it.
Yeah.
And that's cool,
yeah.
But that leaves no room for interpretation. And I think the interpretation is really, really important, and with more restraint comes more space for that.
It's also really, and I love this, when I spoke to Brian Eno earlier this year, which is always, as you can imagine, maybe you've met him or not, but it's like,
I have not had the pleasure
dude, it's awesome. It's like music Yoda. It's like art, it's like art Yoda, and he even, his answers are minimal, but he said the most beautiful thing. He goes, it's in the creator to want to be a maximalist, to want to keep adding and adding, and I've got more ideas and more ideas and more ideas, but actually the listener is only searching for just the right amount to feel like they can connect to it. And so it requires discipline to actually stop yourself from kind of cooking too much.
Oh man, you should listen to the stuff I used to make when I was 17. Just woo, that's a lot of notes. That's a lot of notes. What are we doing with that?
But I'm going to compare you, and maybe this might make you feel sick, but hopefully it doesn't, because I love this band. But I feel the same way when I listen to your music as I do when I listen to like Tool. Is that weird?
Great.
I love Tool, so I'm into it.
I fucking love Tool because again, everything they do serves the purpose of that song in that moment, and it's actually not a lot of layers going on, but it's just beautifully arranged and written and presented.
Never had that comparison, but
You'll
thank
take
you.
it.
Love it.
Yeah,
You'll
awesome.
take
for everything.
You'll take it. Thank you for going back and 10 years almost to the day when you put it out, and also leaning into your debut album. I love that album so much, and you have grown so much as a band and tried so many different things and moved in different territories every single time. How did it feel to go back and reacquaint yourself from a recording point of view, not from a sort of live music point of view, from a recording point of view, go back to that album and sort of think about those songs and those arrangements and who you were 10 years ago, the beginnings of the band?
It was actually terrifying.
Yeah, why?
When we came up with the idea to do it, we were just trying to find a way to culminate the 10-year anniversary of the first release. And happened to blurt out, what if we just went into the barn and did it again? And you say it, but then you realize, like, wait a minute, it's not going to be the same as it was. It can never be, because we're not those people that we were 10 years ago. And our first release is so special to us. It, holds a place in our heart. And how can you improve upon that? It's its own thing. It's a time capsule. But the thing that I found when we got out there, it was the thing that made the first one so special was actually what made this special. It was just us hanging out and spending time together and really just getting away from it all and creating. And I think we did the best we could to honor that.
You've recorded all of your records in the same barn, is that right? You go back to the same place pretty much?
Aside from Ala Sala.
Yes, yes. So going back to the barn and going and making this record without the, is pressure the right word, of a new body of work, or what are we trying to say right now?
Totally.
A different, yes, terrifying, but also, like you said, fun.
It was so fun. because we definitely had the statement in the back of our heads, like if this doesn't work, we just don't put it out.
Yeah. That's right.
There was no pressure.
Yeah.
We didn't really
put out the remastered version.
Deluxe. 3 more songs, same album. We're so weird, the music industry. I don't quite know how we ended up here.
I think because it's almost like revisiting the headspace of that record for that reason. It was just so sweet.
Yeah.
And when I think about this record, I just think about us all around the coffee table. Like on the sofa, me on the floor with my notebook out, just kind of thinking. And that's the best.
It is sweet. And it's a really good way to describe listening to this again is it's a love letter to it. It doesn't feel like you're trying to improve it. It doesn't feel like you've found new parts you want to add to it. No. It's like a really nurturing, almost sort of live version of this album.
Yeah. I think there was some blurb that came out that's like, the band considers this the definitive verse. Like, no, we don't.
Yeah.
Who told you that?
Yeah.
This is how we felt about it that day. This is, and when we played the stuff on the road, like we wanted to play it different ways each night, so we kind of did. There were some like, oh, we're going to kind of play it in this style tonight. We're going to kind of play it in this style tomorrow. But it's like, they're all different.
Yeah, when I go back and I listen to the first album, because I listened to two, and then I went back and listened to the first album again, and I mean that first album changed my life too, like as a music fan. But it sounds almost punk compared to this version. Do you know what I mean? Like the playing is like harder, the sounds feel harder. It's like I can feel the desire. In the band to want to get out there. And prove yourselves or make music and reach people, and it's almost coming.
Chance, guys.
But you know what I mean, though. Like I can feel that when I listen to the first version of it now a little bit.
Yeah, it's young.
Yeah,
it has that spirit.
Yeah,
and this is like a love letter.
This is.
It's like I love you. This
is old and cynical and kind of like I'm done. I'm joking. No, it is.
I'm gonna spend money on an acoustic guitar and get out there and just play some blues, man.
The first one was like, I have one guitar. Now, which guitar do I play, man? Which one? Which one? I've got so many. Roll out the truck, man. I might pick that one. There's something going on in that barn of yours. I don't know what it is.
It's windy.
What's it actually like making music in that barn? Like, now that you're here, and I think we've spoken enough times for you to know that I'm genuinely a fan, and I'm not going to put any misquotes in blurbs or articles about you and say that this is definitive anything. Tell me the truth, what it's like in that barn to set up and record, and what it feels like when it's just you guys.
It was definitively cold, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. When did you do this?
January, the same exact dates that we did the first one.
Exact dates.
So it was like January 4th through January 6th. And it was so cold. Texas is either hot or cold.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
And it started out idyllic. And when the barn is idyllic, it is. It's like there are cows and rolling hills and hay barrels.
Yeah.
And
doors,
bugs. And it just sounds
so good.
like hill country paradise.
It sounds so good, and I can imagine that you haven't buttoned it up to the point of like it's you let all that come in.
Not a single button.
Yeah, it is not. It is not a studio. It is a barn that Steve brings the gear into. There's no isolation. There's no sound treatment. It's just a dirt floor.
It's not a normal starting point. What made you go to a barn and decide to make music? It's not. I can't imagine you sat around and went, "Listen, guys, we've done all the research in the world, and the biggest miss here in music is dirt floors and barns. No one's doing enough recordings in dirt floors and barns. So why?"
So there was an element of that.
Good.
No, I'm just kidding.
It
was really practical.
His straight face is something else too, by the way. You got a good straight face, bro, and I'm a straight faced human.
It was free.
It was free.
That was it. Yeah.
That was how it started.
It just makes sense that you guys record in the barn because I feel like you guys have a trademark on a vibe. Like if my mood, there was like a mood spectrum. And they're like, man, what do I feel like today? I can throw on Khruangbin and be like, all right, this is it. This is how I feel.
Right.
At what point did you guys realize you were onto something? Like, man, we've got our own mood almost. It's not even music.
I still am wondering if we have that.
No, y'all got it.
No, you definitely have it. Yeah.
DJ and I will look at each other because we, have been in hotels across the globe, and at most front desks, it's like, oh, Right.
Oh my God, what a conflicting feeling.
It's really weird. It's like, hey, are you in a band? It's like, yeah, I'm in a band. Oh, what's the name of the band? They say the name. Oh, I've never heard you guys.
So you're hearing us
I'm like,
right now.
If you've been within earshot of a yoga studio or coffee shop in the past 10 years, chances are, have you heard Texas Sun? Oh yeah, I love Texas Sun. There you go.
Oh my God, I love it. Khruangbin, the band that made listening cool. You know, it's like it's in
the coffee shop.
It's the coffee shop, you know, it's like but it must be kind of strange when you do find yourself in environments and someone decides that your music suits that environment and you're like, really? Did I make that for that environment? And of course you've got to be hands off and let people embrace it.
Yeah.
But it must be kind of like an interesting sort of out of body experience, realizing people think of you this way.
It's once it leaves the studio, once it leaves, it's been pressed on record. It's, it's out there.
It's everyone's.
It's
Yeah,
everyone.
doesn't belong to you anymore. We all really like the time when you've recorded the record,
Sweet spot.
you've mixed it, you've mastered it, okay, and you're waiting for
Yeah.
it to drop.
Yeah.
Because right then
It's just out.
you have it and it's yours.
You can be a fan, unfiltered
Yeah.
fan of what you've made.
Because once it's out, it is not yours anymore.
Yeah.
And you let go.
You let go. That's it. So if someone wants to call it Muzak or say that this sounds exactly like their last record, cool. That's your interpretation.
That's
It's
what I.
completely fine.
Well, first of all, it's total bullshit. It's one of the biggest tricks you've played on people is how the ground you've covered as a band. You've never, apart from the collaborators, you've honored the chemistry of the trio. So,
Yeah, for
so
sure.
naturally, that's the players. But you cover a lot of ground. But it's interesting, the idea of music. Like it's never been that to anyone who's a fan of your band. It's heavy. That's why I brought it up.
Also,
That's why it's
I
just
like
told to me.
music.
I love music. Yeah.
Muzak is amazing.
We do.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Like-
technically, what is it to you? I don't even know how to define it.
So a lot of people use it as like a term just meaning like easy listening, but Muzak actually was specifically made for commercial uses, like specifically like I have a department store. I want to pipe in music. The term pipe in actually comes from Muzak when they actually had their own network, right? It's like a specific, almost like internet, and they're sending music that they're making specifically for a purpose, for background for someone to shop to, or music for your office to keep your workers working.
Nothing that's going to
know?
kick your taste profile into action.
No, not at all. Exactly.
Yeah.
Like none of that.
Yeah.
But I think this stuff is so interesting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Easy listening production techniques are stuff that like that is so amazing. Like I remember reading about how the early days of radio, okay, and they're like trying to figure out how to like broadcast music onto radio, and they keep running into these roadblocks with like sonic limitations, and they find that like, when you add an aliasing tone to tape, it makes it record sound better. But when you're broadcasting music on the air, it's like this, like there's this high pitch sort of like shh that kind of it's in radio, right? But if you have 101 violins playing one note, they kind of sound like that. You get this like shh sound, right? So it sounds incredible on the radio.
That's amazing.
I'm paraphrasing this,
Yeah,
but yeah, that's one of the like discoveries of like music production. Also Esquivel, man.
Yeah.
What a boss. Like that's some easy listening that is a little more challenging than easy.
Definitely. And also there was a period in the sort of early 70s, like everything released in the early 70s. I mean, when we used to go digging in the crates for records when I was sampling stuff back in the 90s, if it had 1973 on it, you buy
Boom.
it. You just buy it.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. You just buy it. Yep. And by the way, that could be anything, like a country rock record. You'd be like, it's going to be funky.
Yeah, there's gonna be a break
It's
on
going
it.
to be. It's going to be a break on it. The drum's going to sound great. The drummer's getting some. Okay,
Yeah.
the drummer is definitely getting some.
Come on,
and
let's
that's-
give the drummer some.
Give the drummer some. It seems to be what we're doing right now. Let's give the drummer some. But I would go through my dad's, like, he used to work at a radio station, and we used to get some free recording time up there on Sundays for like an hour or two just to fuck around as kids. But it was like a radio booth. It wasn't like a recording studio. It was
Sure.
like to record voiceovers with. And they had all of the records in like thousands of library records, and you go through and you'd start to like investigate the stuff. And if you found ones from 1973, you put them on. Some of the craziest, heaviest, like Schifrin sounding shit, just like dark, like spy movie shit, and it was for radio.
Yeah.
Like never came out.
So incredible.
I loved when you came out and you had a certain amount of songs that you'd written and created. You would also lean into stuff that you loved. You would play bits of Tribe or probably the original arrangements that the Tribe sample, but you would lean into this and give people a taste of this. Where did that come from? The idea of kind of creating these kind of beautiful moments in your live set that honored hip hop and honored these great breaks and samples.
It started off as a way to kind of capture the audience's attention, because early on, you get on stage and you're playing primarily instrumental music. People are like, okay, you may just come to the show and you're like, who are these people? And then you get to this certain point in the show where we go through and we did like what ended up being the hip hop medley. There's a moment and you kind of catch everyone and you start to see like the security guard that's at the front of the stage. Now he's turning around and he's into it. So it was one of those that we use especially at festivals, because most of the time in festivals you may not know the people playing on stage, but you hear something familiar and string back to back to back to back, and it's kind of like, oh, I know this song.
Yeah.
Or I know this song. And it actually bridges generations too, because a lot of the stuff that we were playing were sample based. So you'd have, father and son or mother and daughter at the show, and they're hearing the same song, but they're, identifying with two different versions. Yeah. And now, I think we're in like the grandfather stage of sampling. Now songs are being, samples of samples of samples. So now you're kind of there with it. So you're hearing possibly 3 different versions of the same song.
Genius of Love will just keep on going, won't it?
Yeah.
Come on, Tina.
It just won't quit. Exactly. No, for sure. I mean, the ones, and it's funny because even as someone who sampled them the first time around, if I'm looking to just muck around with something or whatever, sometimes just for fun, I'll be like, I will go back and revisit that sample again.
That's the whole thing about sampling and why sampling can be amazing. If you just take the 8 bars.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
But bro,
you've got taste.
I came up in the same time when it's like, no, you have to flip that. Like the challenge is take the corniest record and flip it until it is like, dang.
And also, that's what like Tribe was super good at. Like, I used to get like, it's funny that you talk about grandparents now. I'm like that second generation of hip hop. So now I'm hearing songs that I got the second version that is now being flipped again. But for a lot of people, they're just taking the hip hop version. It's like, nah, man, there's more in there.
Yeah, you gotta keep going.
There's more, like dig apart. And yet again, De La Soul,
what he did.
Tribe Called Quest and the best were able to do that.
See, but that's so funny though. Like I remember coming up and I'm working with producers, like they put the record on, like the first 10 seconds, there it is. It's like, hold on.
There's more to it.
Just a minute.
There's more to it.
Can we just like skip like, I don't know, like a minute and a half in? Because if every other producer's doing the same thing, we're just going to have the same, bank of songs. But if you're just like, oh no, it's like, it's a little bit deeper in the, ooh, there we go.
I know. And the funny thing is as well, like me and you guys, I don't know if you know Mark Ronson, but me and him used to do a DJ set together where we go back to back, and our whole thing was like play a bit of the original, then flip into what it became, and do this kind of like whatever. It's been done a million times, but we thought we were doing it for the first time because we were like, that's what you do in your mind, and we would have these ones like we decide to play the rap song, and then we'd be like, well, we've got to go find the break, and then we would find out that some of these samples are like 3 seconds in the middle of a 19-minute jazz song. Yeah. And there's nothing you can do with a crowd with that whatsoever. But it reminded us...
Wait for it.
Trust me.
Everyone's at the bar, it's like, it's coming. Then it's like... It was there. That was it. Did you hear it? It was brilliant.
Sorry, I was getting a drink. What?
It was brilliant. You missed it. Oh, run it back. But it's like, man, that was the beauty of being able to, and Premier is just a genius.
Oh, man.
Yeah, like I mean, bust your shit. It's a dun 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 dun. It's a 2-beat loop.
Yep.
It's half a bar.
Man, the track you made with Pink Gator, sampling "Afternoon Delight." That blew my mind.
Yeah.
Go on.
Man, Starland Vocal Band, it's like the little section at the very end of the song that's just like all vocal.
Yeah.
I just loop that and then put drums on it. And Mark had no idea where it came from, but at the very tail end of the song, I let it play out, and then it's like,
Oh, the reveal.
afternoon delight.
Oh, amazing. Amazing.
I died.
Yeah.
I'm still
Amazing.
dead.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. Everything is honors this original album, except the track listing. Interesting how you danced around that, and I actually really enjoyed that break from the precision of it all, and wondered what the thinking was behind that.
Stop looking at me.
It's you.
No,
Yeah, but
it's
you
me.
sequenced the
It's me.
record.
Well, and also you gave it away because you immediately cracked up when I brought that up. So literally poker face just disappeared immediately.
Yeah. I mean, it was a different body of work.
Yeah.
So it had to be approached with fresh ears. It was really hard though, because I had an attachment to the original set of songs.
Yeah.
But whenever I'm sequencing, it's always sort of like, what feeling do I want to end on? What feeling do I want to start with? And usually once you find the first song, it kind of leads from there. But I think of a first song as sort of like a thesis statement to a paper. It's sort of like you want to set the tone for what you're going to hear.
I think sequencing is the most enjoyable, wonderful, fun, maddening experience in the whole process.
Puzzle.
I love it.
Yeah, it's so fun.
I love it. And I even love it when I'm lost, completely lost. And I love it when I get to the point where I'm just like, you know what? That's been track 10 forever. What's it like as track 1? Mm-hmm. You know?
Totally.
Yeah.
And you like build it up and you're like, oh, I'm getting somewhere. Nope.
Yeah,
And then you gotta
House
start.
of Cards. It's
Yep.
just a House of Cards.
It's a house of
Falling
cards.
down.
Do you ever fall into the trap where you're like, I just need a perfect track 7? And you want to go back in because you feel like there's something missing when you start to sequence?
Totally.
Does it feel like that's the right order of events, or you've gotten yourself in the wrong order when you do that? Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, we've got an almost perfect album, what we thought was done, but I think we might need something in this position. Is that the right thing to do?
Yeah, I feel like at that point, that's when you start shuffling and trading.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
the
it's like
trade.
Yeah.
And then you make bad decisions because you trade for new, and new isn't always better.
True.
But I like it more because it's new.
But you can also flub that a little bit by messing around with like field recordings in between songs.
Oh yeah, interludes.
Because you
Beautiful.
kind of like reset.
Yeah.
Even if I'm not talking about interludes, I'm just literally talking about like a bird going chip, 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 chip in between stuff.
That's an interlude.
Sure.
That's a nature interlude. Yeah, for sure. And again, Tool do that all the time. They're like, hey, man, we don't know where to go here, so we're just going to take the sound of a pneumatic drill for like
Great.
3 minutes.
Perfect.
And then we're back to the races. Welcome back, everybody.
It's like, you know what? I feel refreshed.
Exactly. All of a sudden, that riff doesn't sound quite so heavy to me.
Yeah.
This is really meditative. What I really like is as well as we've gotten to know you as a band, is that everyone brings not just a musical role to the band, but you all trust each other's aesthetic and taste in quite a specific way. Like, I probably wouldn't leave it up to you to describe your roles, but if I was to do it from an amateur point of view, you know, it's like we've got sort of some architecture going on over here and some design going on over here. And then we have some like, you know, sound production, musicality going on over here. And then DJ is just the shit. No, but we have a strong taste profile coming on over here and bringing a lot of groove and a lot of kind of like, I don't know, am I on the right path? Like, is that...
None of us do one thing. Like we're all doing all of it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I have tended to in the background to do a lot of graphic design for stuff. But I'm not the only one in the band that does that. And that's why the visual vocabulary is so specific, even though it's a combination of all three of us.
I think we're all curating each other.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's sort of the way it comes out. Like I curate in my way, and so the sort of track listing is a way that my curation will come in. But Mark will curate the way things sound, or the way things are mic'd, or you know, the way he wants the production to go. DJ, it's the same way in interviews. Like he won't speak as much, but when he does. It's a banger.
Profound.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you ever find yourself looking around online? I don't know if you use social media or any of that stuff where you find yourself like the rest of the world, just kind of getting distracted here and there. And you find, you know, do you ever stumble across sort of Khruangbin, sort of lack of a better term, like analysis or essays, sound stuff, Mark as well? You know, does it ever cross your path the way people sort of try to emulate or tell people how to emulate what you do? And is that a compliment, or do you sort of get a little bit like, this is getting a little closer, a bit creepy?
Man, you know what? Just go for it. Like I said, once it's out there, and I can't change them. You know?
You seem
I
very
want to get
comfortable
in
with that.
there. Well, I used to not be.
Yeah, how did you even
yeah.
get there? Because this is the second time you said that. Like because it's got to be hard as artists. This means a lot to you. This is your art. This is your craft. But it seems like the theme throughout this interview has been like, once it's out there, people can do with it as they will, and everyone isn't okay with that. How did you become okay with that?
Well, the realization that the way that music and art is shared now compared to how it was, say, 30 years ago is very, very different in the way that everyone's just attached to their phone, and it's so easy for this thing. It's addictive. It's meant to take your attention. It's meant to take all of your resources. It's going to take your money if you let it. And it will take your self-confidence by letting every little voice that used to not have an outlet. I mean, great that people can, have their outlet, right? But back in, say, 1995, like, you could have thousands and thousands of people, but like, that band sucks, but like, the actual artist isn't going to hear that.
Yeah.
They got their head down in the studio. They're on tour. They're like working.
Yeah.
And like, I want to get back to that. I don't want to have my head like just in the muck. Like, who cares?
Yeah.
That's not my problem.
It's not my
You know what I
problem.
mean?
It's so funny because there's statements like it's not my problem. And my friend said something to me the other day when we were talking about AI. We know it's coming, whatever. There'll be benefits and there'll be some stuff that I just do not care for. And I do want it to either tread carefully or stay the fuck out of liberal arts, to be perfectly honest. That's just my take. I'm pretty open about it with everybody. I've been open about it on the air. If it's a tool, great. If it's coming in as the greatest plagiarism tool of our lifetime, then I'm not here for it.
No, thank you.
But my friend, when I was in this conversation about it, because I was getting up on one about it over a couple of drinks the other night, and he just did that thing that friends do. He's from London. He goes, yeah, or you could just like go outside.
Yeah. Exactly.
It just broke the spell. Because all of a sudden I was like, oh shit, I can turn it off.
You can.
100%.
And so that's where I'm coming from, because you're absolutely right. Like, for the first couple of years that we were on tour, like, they know.
Oh, man.
Like, what's wrong, Mark? Like, what's your problem? It's like, I saw some comment on YouTube. It said my guitar was out of tune, and then I sucked. And then I smelled bad. And my dog. Whatever. It doesn't matter. But like at this point, it's like, come on, man. I just grow up. Just get at it. Go outside.
Go outside.
Yeah.
Right? Go outside.
I go outside a lot. So that helps.
In barns. Make dope music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's really, really bad reception at the barn. It's getting better, unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
But out there, it's like, for the longest time, like, you couldn't look at Reddit.
Yeah.
It's like, great.
But you've created a space. Like, a quick story. Like, I've met Laura before because we had she came into the office and with your manager at the time, and we had a conversation, which was great. And I didn't recognize her.
Oh, yeah.
Because she wasn't
came
very
in as-
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, proof of concept.
Yeah.
Like, congrats. Do you know what I mean? And it was and so obviously you don't have that luxury.
I'm doing the best I can.
Yours is more of a classic Jack Nicholson vibe right now with sunglasses and baseball cap. But the idea of I love the aesthetic of it, and why wouldn't you be creative in all ways? Why wouldn't you use every part of the whole experience to be creative, and it's just something else you can lean into, right? But are there benefits to it too? Like, you are an anonymous guy, really, Mark.
Awesome.
Oh, it's the best.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a 2.5-year-old now.
Yeah.
I can't imagine not having the freedom that I have with her. My life would be completely different.
Does anyone ever clock you guys without the wigs, or is it like zero?
It's happened
It's
like
extraordinarily rare.
yeah, it's happened like less than 10 times.
That's tight. Yeah, that's
so
tight.
great.
Yeah, that's how you want it. It's like, all right, man, I can disassociate from
And
time
people
to
have
time.
to go to way, way further extremes to get that kind of anonymity. I mean, you think Slipknot enjoy those masks? They do not enjoy those masks. They do not breathe.
I can imagine how hot it is on stage.
That's
'cause I've been there.
Yeah.
I remember playing a show here in LA at the Lodge Room. This was so long ago. And I remember there was somebody right at the front of the stage. It was making me a little bit uncomfortable with how close he was. Mm-hmm. And then I got out of costume and went outside, and he like bumped into me with his shoulder and looked at me. He's like, "Hey, do you have a cigarette?"
Nailed it.
I was like, "Oh, this is perfect."
And to this day, never knew. Never, ever knew.
Well, he knows now.
I love it.
There was that, and then there was another time where I was still in costume, and I went to my hotel, and ran into a fan in the elevator. She was like, "Oh my gosh, you're dressed up as Laura Lee. I went to the concert too."
Yeah.
So good.
Awesome.
Are there Khruangbin? Is there evidence of Khruangbin Halloween? Do people dress up?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's you've got to be able, and you seem to me to be a band that, as seriously as you take your music and your art and want to create something special for yourselves, and then enough to share it with the world, that you find humor comes easily too. That you find a lot of this funny.
Well, yeah. I mean, the thing is, like, I want to make music that makes you feel something. You know, whether that feeling is like, I want to make some like moody tracks. You want to make like just put that. Man, I'm there, like I'm in a haze. But, you know, you got to have some fun, you know? Like, Evan Finds the Third Room is a silly song. It's fun, though.
Yeah.
And, like, you got to have all that stuff. It can't just be all serious all the time. Can you imagine? Like, every Khruangbin song is just, like, heavy and moody and just, like, we just take ourselves so seriously, walk in the studio like, hey, yeah, so... This record is really about.
Oh, we got to get you. We got to get you on the radio, bro. I keep saying that, like, do the things I don't want to do, so I have more time to do things I want to do. Don't take the thing I want to do away from me.
The robot's like, no. I want to make art too.
Yeah, the robot's like, what about my art?
Look, I made something that sounds exactly like something else you like.
It is. I mean, that's like that. Like the directors say, that, you know, like who was it Vince? Who did Pluribus and did Breaking Bad.
Oh yeah.
Vince Gilligan,
Vince
the
Gilligan.
goat.
Yeah, the GOAT. He came out and said it's like the greatest plagiarism exercise in the history of humanity.
I'm just glad you didn't bring up Quentin Tarantino right now. He's kind of going off the rails a little bit.
Dude, I interviewed him once and I asked him what his favorite music was, and he got flustered and said he likes Maroon Boy 5. And I
Love it.
And I think that
Maroon Boy 5.
I think he wanted to say Fun Boy 3, but then he also thought about Maroon 5, and he just I still to this day don't.
Pizzicato 5. He likes Pizzicato 5.
This is what's dude's name? Paul Dano. I wasn't aware the internet loved Paul Dano so much. Like, we really learned something this weekend.
People are erecting murals of Paul Dano right now.
Yeah.
In
Maybe
opposition.
they just don't like haters, you know?
Bingo! That's what I'm talking. We don't like haters, bro. What did the Riddler do
Yo,
to you, man?
And like Matthew Lillard catching straight.
Matthew
For
Lillard!
what reason?
For what reason?
Shaggy!
SLC Punk is a better movie than Pulp Fiction. Boom.
We like hackers, bro.
Roasted.
Scream was awesome.
Yeah, man, Scream is legitly actually great. Okay.
is.
Like low key, kind of all the screams. Like all the screams are kind of fire, bro.
But you know, it's not unusual for Quentin Tarantino, for all of his brilliance as a director, to have a shit take. I mean, he's had some shit takes.
Yeah.
He's definitely.
He was tripping, but now we love Paul Dano.
Paul Dano was like I said. I mean, I think there's crop circles in Paul Dano's image right now being
Right.
literally.
Aliens like Paul Dano too.
Are aliens real?
Yeah,
not?
yeah, they're
Definitely.
Why not?
real. They're
man?
real. They're real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Many different species. I mean, we could talk reptilians, talk greys. We could
Yeah.
talk your Nordics. You know, we could talk. I mean, how many different versions of humans they've engineered over the past many millennia? I think it's like 26 different versions.
Yeah.
We can talk about black helicopters and abductees.
Oh, Hanuman.
I love the lore,
Hanuman's
man.
big. He's
Our
missing
friend
it.
who's
You know
on
what
the
I'm
show
saying?
normally, he's so deep in it.
Dude, you know, how many times can I rewatch the X-Files? You know what I mean? Let's go.
How many times have you watched the X-Files?
Oh, many times. And dude, Vince Gilligan,
Yeah.
just to circle back, his X-Files episodes are so fire.
Yeah.
They're probably the best ones. They're my favorite of the series for sure. And he got that job by just sending a script.
Really?
Yeah.
I was too scared to watch X-Files.
Bro.
It is scary.
Yeah.
But now,
I could probably do it now, but
Yeah.
I was like deathly afraid of aliens. So I
see,
couldn't
me
watch
too.
X-Files.
What's your
Why
biggest
I wanted to
phobia?
watch
What's his-
E.T.
E.T. is his
I hate
biggest
E.T.
phobia.
I hate the hot of a white hot sun. I hate E.T. so
like,
much.
have you ever heard this movie called Fire in the Sky?
Listen, bro. Listen, bro. Listen, don't
Me
get
and
me
you.
started.
Me and you. Same
Just
person.
when the commercial would come on, I would like close my eyes.
Straight up. I hold the same fear.
And they did the dumb thing based on a true story.
Yeah.
You were like, no, bro, why are we
Straight
doing
up.
this right now?
Like, skeletons, Frankenstein, that shit don't,
Yeah, they don't
does
bother me.
not scare me.
Aliens.
It's extraterrestrials. That shit is scary as fuck. The cover of Communion, you know, the book with the alien on the front of the book Whitley Strieber.
I can't.
That shit is
them big
so
head, black
terrifying.
eye things.
Okay, look, I can't believe I'm going to admit this.
Which is why I'm so into it right now. Like, I think it's just so amazing that the shit scared the fuck out of me as a child.
What was that movie that M. Night Shyamalan?
Oh my God! That scene in Mexico. Oh my God! Signs, bro. Signs.
There's a scene
in Mexico.
Yes, dude.
There's a scene in Signs where they hold the fucking alleyway
Listen.
for a long time, and it's like,
Yeah, man.
and oh my God, like that is
great.
that is.
It's
I used to
great.
keep a baseball
That
bat
is
in
the
my car just
scariest.
because of that swing away. Like if push comes to
Dude,
shove.
Truth is, I still sometimes every now and then, like, have to check the doors of my house because of that fucking scene.
Yeah.
Shout out to Joaquin Phoenix. Great role.
Heck yeah.
He killed that.
Man, and the thing is, like, I love how pervasive it was in the 90s. Like, aliens everywhere. It's
Everywhere.
like,
Everywhere.
this is an alien, that's an alien, there's abductions, and now it's like, have abductions just like fallen off?
No more
Do people get
abductions.
abducted anymore?
We're kind of confirmed that aliens exist now,
I
though.
think
Yeah,
they're lining
but-
us
like,
up
we've
for
But everyone's
something
got
new.
a cell phone and we can record. It's like, I got abducted last night. Yeah, well, where's the video?
Yeah, we don't.
Yeah,
But they didn't let me bring my phone in. They
Yeah.
put it in a little Ziploc bag before I got on the ship.
Yeah, people don't
That's
get
true.
abducted.
Abduction levels have dropped dramatically since the 90s.
Yeah.
Loch Ness
What's that
monster
about?
sightings, Bigfoot, it's all gone
All
bad.
the fun
Yeah.
stuff's gone. It's now.
Because nothing can be blurry.
Yeah.
It's like there was no mystery
Bermuda
anymore.
Triangle,
I liked it when it was
nothing.
fun. I
What
like.
about Bigfoot?
Why not? Why not? I want to believe Bigfoot.
Same.
Sure.
I always felt sad for Bigfoot though. I think it's probably quite a lonely existence.
Well, if there's only
It's very
one,
sweet of you.
Yeah, I mean,
it is very sweet.
whenever I think of Bigfoot, I'm like, poor Bigfoot. A much-deserved break for Khruangbin Inc. Is upon you now if you want to take it. But it's fun what you do, and it's not that you don't work hard. We really, really appreciate the amount of shows that you play, and you bring this music to life, and and you create consistently. But is it still on the right side of fun for you? Or you're like, man, I don't need a holiday from this. Let's make music. Let's keep running.
I love the music part. It's the other stuff.
The travel.
Well, travel. For the past 10 years, I feel like I've always just been on a deadline, and I'm kind of ready to like be on a little sabbatical for a sec.
You've never ever put across, and this is a compliment. You've never given us a deadline vibe. Do you know what I mean when I say that? Like some bands are just like, oh man, I had to get this out, God, stock prices and blah, blah, I just got to get this out. You've never given off that vibe. So it doesn't surprise me you've been on a deadline. Is it self-imposed or is it a combination?
Well, yeah, I mean, we created this thing,
Yeah.
and it's like, this thing is due in 2 weeks. Like, oh man, what a drag.
Well, part of the time is Mark has to have some kind of deadline because Mark will keep painting
Yeah.
Right.
infinitely.
Right.
So
right.
when he's saying deadline, he's looking at me internally.
No.
No, I know.
We impose this on ourselves. Like, we created this. It is a business. We have to we got to play the game. But yeah, there is a fair amount of like, I want to be able to throw some stuff at the wall and see what happens, because that's where a lot of the fun art stuff occurs, right?
Yeah.
And that isn't really conducive to deadlines. But if there isn't one,
Yeah.
I will continue throwing
Yeah.
paint at the wall until
Because it's fun.
And I think something that happened that we didn't sort of foresee is that making this anniversary record, this like love letter record, there is like a book chapter or like, bookend vibe with it, that now we can kind of step back and take a mini sabbatical and see what inspires us again.
How fun. How great to be able to live a little life and know that it's waiting for you in really great shape.
Yeah, I think so. I hope so.
Oh, definitely. I mean, I feel like, to echo what Eddie was saying, Khruangbin is a mood. It is a feeling that we have made a part of our lives. It's not an album by album by album thing. It's like I just take new Khruangbin and add it to old Khruangbin, and it's just my Khruangbin.
That's very sweet, man. That sounds great.
Thank you.
So thank you.
Deej, what are your plans?
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna rest. just kind of don't want to be on a plane for a while.
Yeah. No, I get that. I always feel that way around this time of the year as well. The travel is a lot. I mean, people see the shows and think, what a fun life, and there is fun to it, but the in-between is taxing.
Yeah.
The suitcase, the unpacking, packing, and now that I'm doing it for my family as well, and with kids, like every month they need different things. So the packing and unpacking for her has been so much that when I unpacked my suitcase and put my suitcase in the closet and closed the closet door, it was like, that was true relief.
Yeah, I get that. Well, let's stay right there. And I've really enjoyed building up to this moment with you as a fan, and really appreciate you coming in and spending some time with me face to face and getting to meet you both and see you again, Laura. I couldn't think of a better way to finish the year or get close to the end of the year than spending it with Khruangbin. So God bless you. Have a great break. We'll be here whenever you get back. The door is always open. If you want to do it yourself, please take the airwaves and make them your own. If you ever want an overenthusiastic Kiwi to bounce off, I'm your guy.
Let's do that.
Thank you.
Loves.
Thank you.